Yeah, it's just my interpretation. It's just my interpretation. You can't say I ain't pay attention to the facts. You can't say I wasn't sensitive to the subject. Yeah. What if all the songs were in vain and the dreams that I had never came and I lost all the blessings I had gained? Woke up in the world that was built upon pain with an attitude like you ain't shit without fame. But quite gifted, with good hair or light-skinned, with white pigment, with a budget that's like spend it. Infatuated with heaven, although I like sinning. Saved and never claimed to be, but I'm quite Christian. To what extent would I go for ice wrists, chain necklaces, and overzealous bitches? Excuse my tone, yes I know the difference in a woman for self and a Jezebel. I ain't lost, I'm just speaking the truth. Some things I'd say even if I wasn't speaking to you. Jay said you gotta learn just a little regrets, but what happens when regrets is all you got left? Cause you never got a fair chance. How can you walk through life when it's a square dance? And the leaders ain't leading and the preacher sold out. Sitting in church like who gon' save my soul now? They try to tell me that God ain't real and a chain of big explosions is why I'm here. And the ape decided he wanted to walk upright and lead the other apes in the jungle cause he that tight. You got me fucked up. It's just my interpretation. Yeah. I'm saying that's just my interpretation. You can't hate me for my opinion. You can't hate me for how I feel. You can only hate me because of who I am. Chill. I knew that shit could take flight when my social study teacher told me gypsies was white. Not to be funny, might have seemed she was playing, but when I went to correct her, she believed what she's saying. Kinda hard to give your all when you ain't inherit no cream. Parents broke, now you feeling like the shit in your jeans. And life ain't shit like you see in your dreams. Perceived as a peasant, but in your mind you stand as a king. Hating on the next man, cause he was a ruler and overlooked your whole kingdom, cause he found him a jeweler. A queen with a ass, a couple cars with a dash that function with secret compartments for his pistol and cash. Trapped in a flash, you think the world at his feet, cause you served the very plate of steak and shrimp that he eat. It was hard for you then, but it'd be hard in a month. Know the check you work for, we spent that much on lunch. Yeah, you spend that much on bills and hit your mama house when you can't buy your meals. Like, Lord, how we do dirt and live so fly. And you in church every day, but you just get by. And all you really ever wanted was a car and a crib. A little extra to buy something nice for your kids. But the life that you live, the only life that you know. Thanking God would only hope there's something better in store. This is my interpretation. Solely my interpretation. Yeah, and if you got more than $1 million in your possession, what the fuck you know about a recession? This is my interpretation. My interpretation. My opinion.
GC, you know. This is not for the cowards, it's not for the Uncle Toms. But if you know what's going on, you'll understand. Let's get it.
Bloodshed and tears, lives lost and lives cost, and now the bill is here. My people robbed y'all, took our culture, yet you say forget. Well, let somebody rob your ass and you forget that shit. You won't forget, you didn't forget. And if I can't say shit about slavery, then don't bring up Hitler. So that's that shit you taught in slavery, forgive him, forget him. Well, look, I'm something like Nat Turner, fight back and remember, I got a different agenda. Look, I'm young, not scared, no fear, don't care, no hope in my blood, don't bring that ass around here. I'm here to wake up lions in the jungle and let them know too that if they catch you lurking, bite that ass round here. At the bottom's where they got us, in this squalor, they don't give a fuck about you and me. Now that I promise, and I don't know how much more you need to see to recognize that they're your enemies. Stevie Wonder could spot it. Only cowards be quiet, cause they scared of these tyrants. Y'all care too much about dying. Well, in this war, you might just have to give your life. Cause freedom ain't free, they say it's priceless, the same way your life is. Bull kinda, racist cracker, heartless bastard, sicking dogs and hoes in my brothers back when King marched in Selma. And them racist police remained in the system, got rid of Connor, but the whites who rode with Connor remained in the system. Would hate you and tell you to your face you a nigga. Type to spit on your grave or put a pistol to your temple. And now you wonder why police today keep getting off. Cause shit, them racists back then, now they run judicial systems. Catch up, peep game, too much ain't changed. Didn't love us then, don't love us, so respect us today. And now I'm racist and I'm violent cause abuse I won't take it. It's crazy how you turn the victims to the ones people blame. But no, I swear that now this is a different day. Say we young and fearless, act up and we'll meet you at your gates. We ain't never lived, so look to give our lives, it ain't a thing. I would rather die than live my life a ass-kissing slave. And at the bottoms where they got us in the squalor, they don't give a fuck about you and me. Now that I promise, and I don't know how much more you need to see to recognize that they're your enemies. Ray Charles could spot it. How much more you gotta see, huh? Only cowards be quiet, cause they scared of these tyrants. Y'all care too much about dying. Well, in this war, you might just have to give your life. Cause freedom ain't free, they say it's priceless, the same way your life is. And what happened to fearless black men? My brother's been lacking. I see too many pretty boys who really bout that action. Ancestors died, placed their lives on the line. Not for us in modern days to sit around like shit ain't never happened. You think that you not a slave. The little money that you got to them is pocket change. And you ain't nothing but a privileged house nigga. As long as you hush when masters say not to say a thing, respect from me you'll never gain. I'm rolling with the soldiers, packed too thick like necks on cobras. I ride with only lions, but we kings outside the jungle. Most of us came from nothing, so we know all about the struggle. This fighting shit ain't new to us, came up like this as youngins. We got heart, that's just how we are. Just don't get us started. I don't rock with my Uncle Tom, that boy he retarded. It's been time for a revolution, say we just been sleeping. I'm just holding arms with all the brothers who do more than marching. Let's go. At the bottoms where they got us, in the squalor, they don't give a fuck about you and me. Now that I promise, and I don't know how much more you need to see to recognize that they're your enemies, but I hope by now you got it. Only cowards be quiet, cause they scared of these tyrants. Y'all care too much about dying. Well, in this war, you might just have to give your life, cause freedom ain't free, they say it's priceless, the same way your life is.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. What's up, Grandma used to say. I'm glad you came through. I'm glad whoever's here, I hope y'all come through for something good. Look, are we paying attention? Are we paying attention yet? One of them. But first, before I get into this, I want to give the Jackson State University a big shout out. They are the 2024 HBCU National Champs. They defeated South Carolina State yesterday in the Celebration Bowl here in Atlanta in front of 38K, 28-7. Shout out to the coach, TC Taylor, Coach O, the whole coaching staff, Jacobian Morgan, who's the offensive MVP of the game. Oh man, number 0. I ain't good with all the names. Number 0, I think his last name, Williams. It was the defensive MVP of the game. I'm sorry, the name slipped my mind. I'm sorry. Don't Don't blame it on my heart. Blame it on my brain. I apologize for that. But I want to give this shout out to that whole staff, the whole team that stayed the course, and for all the DDRs and the primates who still coming saying, Coach Deion Sanders, you know what? Continue to say it. Jackson State is national champs. It don't even matter no more. I said I can let some of the hate go now, and I can. And shout out to Travis Hunter. He was the first player ever played at HBCU, even though he got it at Colorado. He was the first player ever played at an HBCU to win a Heisman Trophy. And he said, and he gave Jackson State their shout out to say that's where he got his start. So that's what I want to start. Now I'm going to get into this, and are we paying attention? Have y'all ever heard the saying? Because I want y'all to read my avatar. Read it, look at it, understand it. Do you understand it? Do you understand it? The first one or the second one? The second one was called Open Enemies by Golden Child. GOALDENCHYLD. Open Enemies by Golden Child. That's the name of it. Open Enemies by Golden Child. He got some nice music. A good NOI brother. Do y'all understand that avatar? Black people don't owe the world nothing but an ass whooping. I want you all to understand what I mean. Have y'all ever heard the saying? They quiet as a, you can, when people get nervous and scared, you can hear what they say. You can hear a mouse piss on cotton. I'm from the country, and I heard my brother used to, now they quiet as a mouse in a tomcat house. It's one thing to be dumb. It's another thing to be a coward. And there's another thing to be a dumb coward. Right? And I'm gonna show some things to show why I haven't been on social media and why I have been avoiding certain things, right? Because these people that call themselves FBA, those Aboriginal, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, right? I want y'all to understand, first of all, they're absolutely dumb. They're just absolutely dumb. But when it comes to certain things, they are absolutely quiet. I'm going to share. Y'all bear with me now. I told y'all I've been learning how to share. So let me make sure I get my sharing down. See if I can get it down. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Make sure I share the right thing so I don't have to try to start all over. I want to put it up there because I want y'all to read it. Can y'all see it? Say something in the chat. Let me know if y'all can see it. Can y'all see that? Let me know you can see it. That means I know my sharing is doing right because I'm still learning how to share. Without messing up my stream. So y'all let me know if y'all can see this, right? Okay, you can see it. ADOS/FBA when talking to Democrats. ADOS/FBA when talking to Republicans. I'm going to tell y'all something, right? And I'm going to leave this here for a minute because I want y'all to understand this. And when I say the reason I got away from some of these damn people on social media, you have people still talking about what was Kamala. What's going on, Maurice? Good to see you, my brother. War Drum, Grandma used to say, and whoever else is out there. We still got people. Well, what was she going to do for you? She didn't win. We ain't discussing that no more. This is what we talking about now, right? Everybody know what happened to Jordan Neely, right? Why ain't none of these bastards? Because I got to get the guy's name, right? I got to get his name right. Daniel Penny, that's the white boy name. Why ain't none of these ADOS FBA talking about, damn, we done sat here, because I'm going to tell you something. Because some of these black folks, they ain't going to ever tell black folk we were wrong. They got to stick to their guns when it come to black folk. That's why they ain't going to say nothing about these bigots. Because I'm going to start separating the white folk. That's why they ain't going to say nothing to these tyrants, these racist bigots. Why y'all ain't said nothing about, you know what? We let this person in. 23% of black folks voted for these bastards in Atlanta, in Georgia. This motherfucker, pardon my French, but y'all know how I get down. And I understand why some people get away from me. I am okay with that. I really am okay with that, right? 23% of black men in Atlanta voted for this dude. Why ain't nobody talking about J.D. Vance, the vice president who wrote the forward to 2025? Him and Donald Trump gave Daniel Penny an invitation to come sit in the booth with them at the Army-Navy game. Why? Why ain't none of them talking about that? Because I got a couple more pictures I want to find. But they are quick to come in and say, with all this going on, you know what they did on Twitter? They took their time out to create, and I don't even be on it, because I ain't going to pay that bastard Elon Musk nothing. They took their time out to do a video to say HBCUs should be defunded because, what they say, because of tethers and coons. And I know a lot of y'all black folks don't like HBCUs. Y'all don't like yourself. They ain't said nothing about this. And when somebody mentioned it, well, you know, what they say? Because I can find it. Because I can't always share right on here because I'm still learning. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm still learning how to share properly on here without messing up the stream. Because if I fool around and share something by accident, y'all can hear me talk, and I won't know what the hell I am in this system because I haven't completed, because I don't sit down and play with it all the time. I don't sit and play with it all the time. They say that was a strategy, right? That was a strategy. Once again, I want y'all to understand this damn avatar. Y'all can let me know if you like it too. They said that was a strategy to let them in. But why y'all ain't saying nothing about this? You know the answer was, Kamala wasn't gonna do nothing. She lost. We ain't talking about that no more. Y'all let a bastard in who told y'all over and over and over what he wanted to do to black folk. Now they are celebrating some white boy who done choked out a homeless black dude, choked him to death, killed him. And the only thing y'all can think to say, well, Kamala. Then they say, well, we got a plan. You don't say everything publicly. But you said everything publicly. Yes, grandma used to say, black folks. I'm going to tell you, ADOS, that's what they call themselves, FBA. And y'all wonder, I'm telling you, I get away from social media because you got people who prop these folks up. And I'll call the names of the people I deal with. But I ain't going to even do it now, or I once dealt with, who prop these folks up, who sit out here and say, let's sit on the fucking couch. Now y'all scared to say something about this. Don't want to say nothing about this, but y'all can talk about Diddy. But you got a president who did the same thing, who allegedly did the same thing that Diddy did. Huh? Don't want to talk about that. You can only talk about black. Y'all some goddamn cowards. This is why I stay away, because if I stayed on social media, I would start to dislike black people. So I had to get in the real world and deal with some real black people. Because when I deal with people in the streets, I understand. I'm not the only one that feel this way. I understand. I meet people. Now, I try not to watch social media too much. But these people, like you said, Wardrum, celebrating. Ain't none of them said nothing about it. None of them said anything about it. But now they out here talking about how they know Jay-Z did every damn thing. None of y'all was at the party. I don't know what Jay-Z did. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know. If Jay-Z did something, he need to be punished. Diddy did something, he need to be punished. But these same bastards that'll talk about them and say them black people ain't shit is the same ones that's scared to talk about those tyrant bigots who want to hurt you. So they coming around talking about how pro-black they are. Ain't no damn pro-black, you pro-coward. You a pro-damn coward. That's what you are. We gonna sit on the couch? Let's sit on the couch. But the sad thing about it is the people that knew and understood what was going on, who just ain't absolutely dumb. Ain't nobody saying this side was gonna save us, but we knew what this side wanted to do, and they kept telling you. They kept telling you what they wanted to do. They didn't even hide what they wanted to do. They said it publicly. I'm starting to think black people have battered woman syndrome. They can't leave them. They can't leave them. I can tell you how I hate you. I can tell you what I want to do to you. Now they talking about people with green cards and all that. We gonna pick y'all up. My grandson is the product of a woman with a green card. So we'll pick y'all up and take your family with you. People don't want to understand why I stay away. So now I'm telling you why I stay away. Because you can't look at me and call me a brother, and is okay with somebody that want to do that to my grandson. You can't say we brothers. I guess you can say it, but I ain't gonna accept it. And I'm just being honest with you. So for me, get away. If I don't get away, you go crazy with these people. Which white UFC fighter? Which white UFC fighter? Let me see. I'm supposed to have another picture here. See if I got another picture here. No, so I'm gonna cancel that because it's gonna take me away from where I want to go. We don't understand what we up against. You got police out here selling guns illegally. These people, they are organized. They are all of that. So we have chosen sides with people. Yes, they burnt bridges. We have chosen sides with people that want to hurt you. And I don't get it. That want to destroy you. That want to destroy other. But my bad. Because I don't know how to share it on here without messing up. So I'm going to read it to you. Because I do have it, right? I most definitely have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can play it for y'all a different way. This is what it says. These N-words need to be locked up in Guantanamo Bay for this nonsense. This is ADOS FBA. Defund HBCUs since they have been infiltrated by tethers and sellouts. Now, I know there's a lot of black people that come on here that'll be around me that absolutely agree with this because they have problems with other black people because they have problems with themselves. They have problems with themselves. Now, they ain't going to mention, and if you go on through this, if you go on through some of these things, they are just talking about what happened to our brother, Jordan Neely. And you will never hear them say anything about it, ever, ever. We got folks, I know how to share this one if I remember correctly. Let me make sure I got this. I think I got this one. I ain't gonna let it play all the way. Let me know if y'all can hear it. or just stop playing.
On how Tennessee has become home for what may be the most influential white supremacist gathering in the country.
Every year, a state park right here in Middle Tennessee hosts the so-called American Renaissance Conference, drawing 200 to 300 people from around the country, some of them the biggest names in the world of hate. So who are these people and what do they want? Our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams, went to Montgomery Bell State Park in Dixon County to find out. Phil?
Well, out in the parking lot, we spotted cars from as far away as California, Texas, Florida, and yes, some from Tennessee. There to hear lectures that they believe will justify their white supremacy. But instead of white robes and hoods, these attendees come in coat and tie. Here at Montgomery Bell State Park, the tranquility of a fall afternoon was interrupted by the sounds of protest.
No Nazis, no KKK, no fascist USA.
By a small group of anti-fascists upset over the return of the white supremacist American Renaissance Conference, an annual event that's been held here at the park's Lodge and Conference Center since 2012.
We're out here to make a statement. Don't ever come back here again.
No! You are not welcome here.
Y'all here for the conference?
Trying to avoid a clash that erupted 1 year between the two sides, park rangers set up a security perimeter,
Follow your leader! Shoot yourself like Adolf Hitler!
confining the Antifa protesters to the backside of the lodge, separated from the conference by a locked gate.
Basically, they invite some of the worst neo-Nazi hate groups into this park every single year to rally. You can see one of them right there.
In your mind, what's the difference between this and a KKK rally?
Oh, there is no difference. They're the same people.
The protesters made it very clear how they feel. We're about to head over to the conference center and talk to the man who's leading all of this. Mr. Taylor. Hi, Phil Williams. At the main entrance, we were allowed inside.
This is very important. Sure, absolutely. Very important. These people can lose their jobs. Sure, absolutely. The girlfriends can jilt them. I mean, that's the kind of society we live in.
Under the condition that we not take video of any of the participant spaces. How would you describe the people who are attending this conference?
These are smart, observant, thoughtful Americans who see that our country is going in the wrong direction and has been going in the wrong direction for decades.
And your critics say you use, being smart, being intellectual as a cover for racism.
Now, I wanted y'all to see his face, right? The reason I wanted y'all to see his face, we got some ghostless creatures on YouTube calling themselves New Black Media. Black people don't know what he looked like, but this person do. And y'all telling me these are the people that I should be rallying behind, talking about, we're gonna stand with. Black people don't know what he looked like, but they're bigot do. We are, I would say it's a conundrum, but it's really not a conundrum. We are dealing with a bunch of cowards that can get on social media, that can hide their face and can tell you, play on your emotions, tell you all of the things that you want to hear, but you won't ever see them in the streets. If you do see them in the streets, you don't know what they look like. I ain't knocking nobody else. If there's enough black people dumb enough to make these people a lot of money, oh well, that's them. I don't even care no more, man, because it's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. How many of them, and I know you can't war drum, neither can I. But it's crazy. How many of these people have you heard talk about Daniel Penny, the FBA ADOS? If they do, you probably can't understand them because this is what they sound like. I'm gonna say it again. That's what they sound like. That's what they sound like. We don't understand what we're up against. And when you try to talk to people about it, everybody want to sound extra tough. Everybody want to sound, well, this is what we gonna do. How? Well, we gonna come together and just fight. How? How? We run around like ants, right? We run around like ants, but there's a difference. The ants are organized when you knock down their ant pile and they're running around like that. They're organized. They know where to go. We run around like ants, but we ain't organized. So the most disorganized people here gonna all of a sudden say, you know what? We gonna fight and whoop everybody. We gonna fight and we gonna whoop the U.S. military. Ain't came together to do nothing. Won't even come together to boycott, change, have a lifestyle change to take your community back from foreigners. You know why? I hear people say this all the time. Well, the only reason they're in our community is because white people told them to bring their businesses there. So you're telling me, since white people told Chip Chak Zhao and Salim Abdullah and Apu, since they told them people to come in your community, you don't have no choice but to give them your money. Then we lazy because we talk about the civil rights generation, but we don't do what they do. We make excuses. Well, we have to be convenienced. We are looking to be convenienced in an inconvenience in a society that has completely inconvenienced us. So we're going to look for convenience. And in the process of looking for convenience, we're going to give these people all of our money and turn around and say, yeah, we need to build our community. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make the shit make sense. Make it make sense. A society that has completely inconvenienced you, you're gonna make sure you have some type of convenience by giving everybody else your money. And in the process of you giving all your money away to other people, you will turn around and say, we need to control the economy in our community. Explain to me how. And if anybody want to come on the chat, all you got to do is say it. I know there's some people that going to always stay away from me from now on. I'm okay with that. I am absolutely okay with that. I've done a lot of things in my power to make sure some of them stay away. And it have nothing to do with whether I like them, because I don't dislike none of them. But what I'm seeing is I understand there's a difference. And when you're talking about pro-black, pan-African, when you're talking about a revolutionary mindset, I understand there's a difference. I understand that some people want to organize under the banner of pro-blackness, pan-Africanism, me, cool. Kofi. There's others. There's others. Afro Think Tank, Erica Howard, Wardrum. I can't name all of them that I know. So if I didn't say your name, don't blame it on my heart, blame it on my brain. There's others. But then I know there's some that want to organize under the banner of being black. Then I know there's some that want to organize under the banner of we ain't nothing but a slave, so there ain't nothing we can do. I'm not organizing under the banner of Blagger. And for y'all who don't know, Blagger, Black Matter. I'm not organizing under the banner of we ain't nothing but a slave, there's nothing that we can do. But I want to organize under the banner of being pro-black, Pan-African. I want to organize under the banner of we need to control the economy in our community. I'm trying to organize under the banner is, you know what? It's okay to be inconvenienced. We've been inconvenienced for 400 years in this damn country. It's been an inconvenience. It's been an inconvenience when you were walking down south back in the 30s and the 40s and you on the sidewalk and you see a white boy coming, don't care how old he is, you got to get off the sidewalk. It was an inconvenience when they did the great migration from the south to the north and they telling us all these opportunities and then they put you up in projects, right? So then people up north say, well, it's different. White people don't come do this to us up north, but they can do it down south, right? They didn't have to come do it to you up north. If we learn to use this here, the reason they didn't have to come do it to you up north, because they built big buildings and they called it projects and they put you in a position to make you do it to yourself. You don't think they did it. You just think we did it. You just think we're doing it, but they did it because they orchestrated the plan. Study the Rat Project. Study the Rat Project. That's what I call it. That's not even the official name of it, but study the Rat Project. They have done it to us over and over and over, and now we have their mentality, so we're doing it to us. We have their mentality, so we are doing it to us. Huh? You think you're going to hear anybody else talking about you need to shut down their universities? Only we do that. And the ones that do it, because they are looking for acceptance from people that hate them. Shut down the universities where we had an opportunity where our people can get in and we can get the real presidents or whatever. Y'all can say whatever you want to say about the people. But that's the opportunity to get in there and do whatever. And we can change it. But instead, let's shut them down because we have been telling our children don't go to college. Y'all notice that's been a thing on social media for like the last 5 years. Don't go to college. We don't need college. We only need trade school. But the people that's telling you don't go to college and you only need trade school, people that already have degrees. I want y'all to think about that. Somebody can tell you that they're a doctor, but then they'll tell you don't go to college. Somebody can tell you I'm 2 classes away from my bachelor's. So when they graduate, but then they tell your child don't go to college, you only need a trade. Somebody can tell you I have this, I'm an accountant, but you don't need to go to college. This is all you need to do. But they say the HBCUs are elitist. All of that is an elitist mindset because they telling you they don't want you to be on their level. They don't want you to be close to them because just like the guy that won the presidency say, he really loved the poorly educated. These people don't want you to be educated. That way they can control you. You don't have no push. Just look at that coat. Look at that coat. Okay, you reclassified yourself from rebel to renegade. It's a difference. I got you. Look at that code. They control the uneducated. Uneducated don't mean you're dumb. It's just certain things you don't know. And you didn't want to know. And they love the poorly educated. So we have people now that love the poorly educated. because it don't make a difference what you say or what you show them. This big channel over here said it. They have 100,000 subscribers. They have 300,000 subscribers. One of them, they have 1 million subscribers. They have 30,000 subscribers. So obviously, I don't care what you show me. They know something that you don't. I'm just saying. It seemed like that's what's going on in our mentality. Ain't that what it seemed like? But you got, hey, Maurice, I don't know the official name of it. I just call it the Rat Project. That's why I said, look up the official name, Maurice. But if you look up the Rat Project, I'm going to tell you something, right? The Rat Project says, the Rat Project, they said they got rats. And they put them in this little thing. Of course, they were in an enclosure. And they fed them. They were feeding them 3 times a day. And as long as they was feeding them 3 times a day, the rat was cool. So what they went was, they went from 3 times a day to 2 times a day. 2 times a day, you started to see a little aggression, but the rats would still, they didn't fight as much. So then they went from 2 times a day to 1 time a day. And then you would see the biggest rats dominate the other ones and take their food. So they went from once a day and they tried 0 times a day, and let's see what happened. And what happened was the bigger, stronger rats started killing, eating the other rats. Now watch this. It might sound crazy, but before they started killing them and beating them, you saw the bigger, stronger rats start doing things to show their strength that we would call homosexuality. You would see the bigger, stronger male rat go hunt the smaller male rat to show that he's the one in power. Now, when they finally let those rats out of this thing, they said those rats became the greatest rat killer, because for months and months, they've been killing and eating rats. So they let them out, and those rats for a while would forget the nature of what they are supposed to eat, and they would hunt a rat, kill it, and eat the rat. I'm not saying we're rats. I'm not saying we're not smart, but then they have us in a project, and they put us in these buildings. When they come around to dominate. They take everything from you. So they make us fight and kill and do whatever to one another, so we can say we the boss on these streets in this project. If I don't eat, you don't eat. I'm gonna take yours because we ain't getting enough. This my block. We will say this is my block, while you standing up in front of an Arab or an East Indian or a Chinese store and say, I run this. But you standing up in front of somebody else's store. Look, they have done several different projects with rats. Right? But I need Koku in here. He's probably in a bed asleep. But I wish he was in here. Koku, Kofi, I think it's Koku, and Oni. They know the real name of the Rat Project. Since I don't know the name of it, I just call it the Rat Project. And I'm being honest with you. So now we have turned on one another. And a lot of these people that's got these so-called movements that's really not real movements, if we listen closely to them and watch the people that follow them, they are not trying to fight the system. or not trying to fight the people that have oppressed, suppressed, depressed, compressed shit, full court press, any kind of pressure you can think of. They are not trying to fight those people. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn our brain trust, our muscle, our ammunition, which ain't nothing but words, into make other black people look bad. So now, they got one guy on here, watch this, because I know y'all smart. Have y'all ever heard of Memphis State University? Or Appalachian State University? Or Sacramento State University? Answer, because I'm saying this for a reason, right? Now, I'm asking y'all this for a reason, right? Now, you ain't gonna ever see nobody go into their chat and tell them, how can you name your school, which is extremely dumb, and I'm glad there won't nobody say it. But we think we're being so pro-black and powerful, then we're showing how dumb we are. FBA, ADOS, y'all, that's who I'm talking to right now. Won't nobody ever go in their chat and say, how can you name a school Sacramento State, Appalachian State, Memphis State? Those are not even states. Because an FBA guy, one of the guys who was saying, listen to this. This is the guy that say, this is one of the guys that say you should defund HBCUs. How can you name a school Jackson State University? Jackson ain't no state. They need a better name for that school. And he was dead serious. But he want a school shut down. No, you need to get back in school. You need to go back to school. He want a school shut down. He think Memphis got, well, I'm sorry, because he didn't say nothing about the white school. He think the school in Jackson, Mississippi, by the way, which was founded by a black man, it was called Natchez Seminary College in the beginning, Reverend Dr. H.P. Jacobs. Reverend Dr. H.P. Jacobs, a black man, founded Jackson State University. Because I know people like to say, yeah, white folks started all the HBCUs. They say stuff, don't know what the hell they talking about. Reverend Dr. H.P. Jacobs was another HBCU that founded by a black person. He was black. Jackson State should not be the name of a college because Jackson is not a state. Somebody came in there and said, well, you do know it's a public state university. So it's called Jackson State because it's a state university. Yeah, but it's not a state. Okay. So, you just say, okay. But he want to, watch this. Do y'all think he need to go back to school to learn more while he's propagating, shut down these universities? It seemed like he need to go back to first grade. I ain't gonna say first grade, maybe fifth grade. But these are the people, then they are the loudest. Nobody is louder than them. Unless you talk about Daniel Penny, Jordan Neal and Daniel Penny. Because when it comes to that, I got to show it one more again. Because I got it from my homie who just pulled up in my chat right here. Let me see. My homie that just pulled up in the chat, send it to me. Unless you're talking about something that look, quiet as a mouse. They quiet as a mouse in the Tomcat house when you talk about Jordan Neal. I was gonna pull up the picture and show the dude choking him, but I don't want to show that because we already know what happened. And when you mention that to them, this is them when you mention what happened to Jordan Neely by the white guy who was invited to sit at the game with the president and his vice president-elect, Jordan Vance, right? This is how they sound when you're talking about that. So defending that, when they go to talking about what was Kamala gonna do, we had a strategy, and now our strategy. So then the guy say, well, but what about this? Well, we ain't gonna even talk about that right now. So you go back to, see, y'all ain't nothing but a Democratic Shia, and y'all the ones. I'm saying this the way I was reading it, right? See, y'all ain't nothing but a Democratic Shia. See, them HBCUs, they ain't nothing but a problem. So we come back over here. Nobody said nothing about the HBCUs, and hell with them. Well, our strategy seemed like it working. So then we come back here. Them goddamn HBCUs ain't working for them. Yeah, I don't even know why I named Jackson State. Jackson ain't a state. So this is what they sound like. I want us to become bilingual. Learn to understand this. This is really what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Now, I want somebody to tell me, only if you want to come up, because I ain't seen you in a minute either. But see, when I see him, this how I feel.
Enemy spotted.
I don't want to be that way toward my people. That's for the tyrant bigots. But your people enjoying sign
Enemy spotted.
So you have to look at your people.
Enemy spotted.
So now you have to look at your people and start saying that. You know, I have people who don't like the things I say about Candace Owens. They don't like the fact that I say, I'm serious when I say, I can see some white boys get a rope, wrap it around the tree, put it around her neck, and throw it over the stiffest tree limb. And I can eat an apple and watch. Just because somebody can get on here and be disrespectful. Somebody can crap on black people over and over and over. Then you think I'm gonna jump off the porch just because she black. Now my goal is to make sure she don't see me while I'm watching. Because if she do, she gonna point and say, there go the N-word over there. Now I'm not calling for nobody to do that to her. I'm just saying my feelings and how I feel about this person. And there's a whole lot of them I feel that way about. I used to be in Pan-Africanism Strikes Back panel, chat all the time. But he's another one that's caping for, he claimed he ain't FBA or ADOS. He claimed he's a Pan-African. No, he's not. And I don't give a damn. See, here's the thing. I got a little channel. Don't care. But anybody sitting there caping for this white dude that done choked Jordan Neely to death, then killed him on that train. When everything's already under control, y'all got him down. You done choked him. You could have easily gotten up. I could understand if somebody just intervened and stopped him if he's threatening people. But to jump behind him and choke him to death, put an MMA move on him and take his life, and you have somebody who will claim they're Pan-African and who cape for that? Come on, man. No, you're not. Self-hatred in full effect. Self-hatred in full effect. That's what it is. That's what it is. I know people don't want to hear that part. I shouldn't be saying that. That ain't what that mean. Yeah, that's what that mean. That's what that mean. So then, since I say I'm learning a new language, I say it to them so they can understand. Then I flex my muscle. And they're like, oh, okay, we got you now. Then they say, we got you now. These people are organized. I'm asking you, are we paying attention yet? Anything that we do good, they want to take away. Anything, and they're going to put all the bad on a pedestal. We need cultural reform. Because I'm going to be honest with you, FBA and ADOS culture is a problem. It's an absolute problem. Let me see if I can find this song right here. And y'all excuse the language in this song. Please do. Excuse the language in this song. Let me see if I got it right here. If I don't, I know how to find it though. Y'all excuse the language in the song, but I want y'all to understand when I say FBA and ADOS culture is a problem. It's a huge problem. When I say that, I want y'all to understand why I say this, right? So excuse the language in this song and the stupidity of this song, but you know what? This is what happened when you need a couple of dollars, I guess, and you FBA and you ADOS, and you're advocating for black universities to be shut down. This is what you end up with right here. We're going to advocate for them to be shut down. So I'm going to say again, excuse the language. But when you're advocating for your universities to be shut down, this is what you end up with. Come on, man. Y'all, come on now. Y'all need to catch up with me. It's coming. It's just buffering right now. It's coming. This is FBA ADOS culture. Man.
If it do, I want some more. Can you shove it in my guts? Can I put it in my do that dick hang low? If it do, I want some more. Can you shove it in my guts? Can I put it in my throat? Can I see it while you fuck me from the back? I wanna know. Do your dick hang low? Do that dick hang low? If it do, I want some more.
There you go. That's FBA. That's his FBA ADOS culture. Did y'all hear it? Then they get mad with me when I say I have learned their language. Now you got somebody finna make some money who done wrote a song. Do your thing hang low, do it wobble to the flow. If it do, you know I want some more. I'm real good. But hey, they are the ones advocating. Let's shut down HBCUs. That's what they're advocating. So this is what they sound like. Oh, what's going on, Newly baby? How you doing? Yes, Grandma used to say that's Brandon that's Brandon from Pan Africanism Strike Back, who was caping for the murderer of Jordan Neely. As you know, it's him. He got his little crew. They're trying to get in the press box at the Army-Navy game with Donald Trump. They are trying to get into the Army-Navy game with Donald Trump, but they ain't gonna be invited because I want them to understand. If that was y'all ass would be in prison. Y'all ass would be in prison. See, now I'm laughing at this, but the stupidity of it. And then the stupid, ain't they scared to say anything? Won't say nothing. That's why I say they can't say to me, man, we brothers. How? Explain how. Explain how. Y'all cake for and follow somebody who done sat here and said what they want to do. They want to get rid of people they want to denaturalize citizens. They want to get rid of green cards and all their children. My grandson is the product of so how can you say we're brothers? Well, it don't make a difference. They all the same. No, they not. Because one of them wasn't trying to do that. One of them really was not trying to do that. You got a whole gang of Haitians leaving Springfield, Ohio now because since they lost. You got all these black people trying to run. But in these people, because it ain't no hour, because I'm not on a team with them. So it's not an hour. It's not an hour. It's not an hour. It's not an us. It's not a we when it comes to them. There's an hour, there's a us, and there's a we when it comes to the ones that understand. So watch this. When I say pro-black Pan-African, do I think every black person gonna lead this country? No, because everybody wanna. Some people ain't gonna lead their family. That don't mean you're not pro-black. That don't mean you're not Pan-African. I just understand the situation. So while I'm here, to me and Anuti lead together, our family, we gonna build. And even when we gone, we still have to, right? We still have to. We have to still deal with our people here. But some of these people, we just gonna have to understand they're not your people. Then you find some people say it's just social media. No, it's not just social media. It's not just social media. When you can have some of these idiots come and tell me and my kids was at the, this was a couple years back, at the Malcolm X Festival in Atlanta. And we go to talking, I'm like, dude, I don't hate black people from other places. So we go to talk, I don't even start with my kids, right? So I start with I said, well, you know, my grandson is Haitian descent. His mama is Haitian. When someone have the nerve to stand in your face and tell you, well, you know, I know that's your grandson, but you probably should just let them go because them people don't like us, man. He probably gonna turn on when you grow up. I wouldn't even try to, I like, dude, fuck you. Pardon my French. So it's not just social media. These people are literally out here running around saying some of the dumbest ish. So then I break down, well, you know, my kids have Trinity roots. So you telling me I should leave my kids alone too? Because their grandmama came in. You already told me to leave my grandson alone, which ain't gonna happen, and I said F you. So are you saying I should leave my kids alone too? Who grandmom on their mama's side came straight here from Trinidad, they have Trinity and get you. So you're telling me I should leave them alone too? I said, y'all about the dumbest people I ever met. Somebody on social media. First it started with them other folks, them old fays, that's telling you how y'all shouldn't get along. Them bigots. I'm gonna separate them from that. Them bigots, them tyrants can tell y'all why y'all shouldn't get along. Or because then they can pay somebody on social media to get on here and say it, cover their face up and say it. And y'all run around and repeat this foolishness. Now the people that started ADOS didn't cover their face up, but people ran around and repeated the foolishness. The guy from FBA didn't cover his face up, but people go around and repeat the foolishness. The new black media, they completely covered up. Don't nobody know what they look like, but that white dude I showed y'all earlier, Jared Taylor, now he know what they look like. The black people that go around and repeat their foolishness have no idea what they look like. They have no idea what they look like. They have no idea what they look like. My Dr. Umar shit said 3 times. But you're going to repeat everything they say. I showed the white boy a couple of weeks ago. I think that was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever, the last time I did a live. He had all of these black followers on Twitter. Had all of these black followers on Twitter. Had all of these black followers on X. All of these black followers. And somebody figured out how to find his face. Come to find out, is a white boy up there telling black people for a few years how they shouldn't deal with certain black people, how they shouldn't deal with black foreigners, and how they shouldn't deal with so-called black foreigners and immigrants, huh? Few years down the road, come to find out he's a white boy. Well, he been getting donations from black people. Black people been repeating his stuff. Black people, what's going on, S North? Black people been saying everything that he's saying, talking about black people that's not from the United States. Then come to find out he wasn't even black. So somebody can put a battery in your back. Oh, how they ever showed their paperwork on their lineage. Now, they don't have to. Hey, Naps, they don't have to. They have a whole lot of people that just go around and repeat. Matter of fact, he put something in it, I'm gonna see if I can find it. He put something on X yesterday, because watch this. I'll go on X, right, to look and see what somebody he put some up yesterday. I forget exactly what he was talking about. And somebody asked him, well, why haven't you said, because he was trying to sound tough. And I said, so why haven't you said anything about what happened to Jordan Neely by the white guy? So then all of his minions come in there. That's when they was talking about, we don't have to say anything. We keeping our stuff a secret. They said, well, you didn't keep anything a secret when you was talking about the Democrats. So I'm gonna share that picture again, because every time I mention that, I had to share it, because I want you to understand, you didn't keep nothing a secret when you was talking about You didn't keep anything a secret when you was talking about the other side. You didn't keep anything a secret when you was talking about the other side. So now he's talking about, what he said, how many black people was pardoned by Biden? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. See, because they scared to see, once again, I got to go to this again. When they talk to Republicans, or even about Republicans, or when they talk to a Democrat or about Democrats, and when they or when they talking to black people, this is them. When they talking about those tyrants, those bigots that want to hurt you, this is them. When they talk about this is them. See, I don't know. Watch this. And I can tell you one thing. He have not looked it up either. I don't know, and I didn't look up how many black people Joe Biden just pardoned. And what he did, all I know is he did over 1,700 people and did something. What is all with their record and people gonna be getting out of, I don't know how many black people, but when he said this, people getting out of jail on bad drug charges, I was like, I know it's gonna be some black people. There's gonna be some black people because they said bad drug charges. So it's gonna be some, I don't know. I'm not even arguing with them about it. But this is how they think. So now they are telling you they're standing up for black people. But they will never, see, and this is not caping for Joe Biden. I'm finna show you facts. Joe Biden laws, he pardoned his son. Now, he's doing, I can tell you how many people that he you all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? How about now? Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can hear me now? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let me see, because I don't even know if my mic that I've been using, if everything's still hooked up. Can y'all hear that? So y'all can't hear me, man. I don't know what happened. So am I okay now? Because I'm trying to fix my mic. So am I okay now? Y'all said y'all could hear me. That was a different mic. I want to know if y'all can hear me on this mic. Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me on this mic now. That's good. Okay. So if anybody wanted to come up and say anything, let me know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just put the link in the chat. I'm gonna invite a guest or 2 or 3. There go the link if anybody wanted to come up before I get off here. If you have something you want to say, I just put it in the chat. So if don't nobody want to come up, I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes. If don't nobody want to come up, I'm gonna get out of here in a couple of minutes. Our matron, it's good to see you. How you been? You been good? Thank you for coming through. Thank y'all for coming through. But I'm telling y'all, man, we got a tough road to hoe. We have a tough road to hoe. How we gonna come back together and say we gonna build it? Do you just because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I know I was talking and I was telling people about, because everybody can look and see what's been going on if you watch social media and keep up with certain things, certain avenues on social media. How some businesses and everything say they're shutting down or they can't give bonuses and all this because of pending tariffs. I can just say this on my job and what I do. There's already been one company. They say they're going to carry them to the first of the year. But 1st of January, they are going completely out of business. And there's another one, they say by mid-February, early March, their employment will be cut completely in half. And since this is what I do every day, things that I notice, what I do, now for me, it's cool because I'm going to get paid a certain amount regardless. For right now anyway, but I see there's a lot of cutting back going on due to pending tariffs, the pending economy, Groceries ain't going down like folks in Bama. Actually, the guy done came out and said, he done told folks he can't guarantee nothing. He can't control the price of groceries. But you got a lot of people that was running around repeating that foolishness, right? I'm going to tell y'all what I foresee. Our matron, I'm quite sure you remember this. War Drum, you remember. Newly. My baby, she was, but do y'all remember the cheese line? Do y'all remember black people? You remember they had coined the phrase Reaganomics? Do y'all remember the cheese line? People standing in line to get some, grandma used to say, Newly, you know. Do y'all remember people standing in line to get that cheese? Do y'all remember that? Then they added peanut butter to it. Do y'all remember that? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's what I foresee. That's what I foresee. People don't like when I say that, but that's what I foresee. I foresee that. I foresee another cheese line. I foresee another cheese line. So when I'm asking people, how do you come together? Who do you come together with? What you coming together for? Are you coming together to do a culture reform? Are you coming together to say, you know what, we're going to do a lifestyle change. We're going to do a boycott. We're going to take over our communities. We're going to just stop going to those people. And we're going to go to one another. Are we going to do that? Or are we going to still be concerned about convenience? I'm convenience. Hunjin Yun is right up the block. I'm convenience. The black business is 5 miles up the road. That's too far away. Now, it's too far away that go an extra 10 miles, 20 miles to go to a black-owned business. But you don't have no problem getting in your vehicle, driving an extra hour and a half to go to the outlet mall and go shop with Nike and all those other people at the outlet mall. But when it comes to shopping with black folks, you have to be, all of a sudden, you have to be convenienced. And it's really not a convenience. You're extremely but then while you want to be, in the process of being convenienced, you want to say, let's put our money together. We need to control the economics in our community. Huh? How can you control your economics in your community when you're concerned about being convenienced? In order to do anything, you're going to have to be inconvenienced for a while. We don't have to hurt. We're going to have to be inconvenienced. Then some people say, well, you got the old folks in the community. They can't do this. They can't do that. Well, the young folks will cause if we talk to one another out here. So now we can create a system where we can get our elderly groceries, where we can get our elderly to the doctor, where we can do whatever. Or we can continue laughing at the civil rights generation who did all the things that we are talking about. And whatever it was they wanted, they was able to gain some of the things that they wanted. Now we can continue to laugh at them while we don't do nothing but laugh at them, but we stay in this position talking about, well, but I'm convenienced though. What is it you want to do? Suckers want to know. Suckers want to know. And on that note, look, man, I want to thank everybody for coming through, checking out. I want you to like, share, subscribe, do all that. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. So they can tell another friend to come through and check out if they want this real heat, want this real smoke. Somebody who ain't trying to scam them, who ain't trying to hustle them. We got a good team. They can check out Matron. You can check out Pro Black Perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Check out the Bitter Medicine Pause by Koku on Saturday. Check out Kofi, the Black Critic. He like me. He just don't schedule no show, but check him out. You can check out Focast, him and Cassandra Cheeks on Wednesday. You can check out the good brother Maurice Muhammad. I think he go live this evening. I think he go live on Sunday this evening. So on that note, look, man, I want y'all to remember: be black, buy black, think black, love black. Everything else will take care of itself. Peace and one love.